151 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team.
Safe.
The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Richter's at third. Yeah, welcome back to Brewster. Time for the home half of the first inning. The Mariners had runners on first and second with nobody out to start the game. They do not score. A costly 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Sam Harris. Took out some of the momentum, and Winslow struck out swinging to end the inning. Bottom of the first, the lineup for the Whitecaps. Josiah Ragsdale leading off and playing center. The second baseman, Dalton Wentz, is hitting second. Batting third and playing third, Brendan Lawson. 4, 5, and 6 sounds like this. Sosa, the catcher. Carson Tinney, the designated hitter. Carson Curse, the shortstop. 7, 8, and 9, Colin Priest playing first. Jacob McCombs in right field. And Adam Magpok in left. The starter for the Harwich Mariners, the right-hander from Maine, Gianni Gambardella. Gino, outside of being a fellow Italian, what do you like about this guy's game?
This is a guy that doesn't mess around. He throws strikes, right? This is his third appearance on the mound. He's got a 1.50 ERA this summer. This is a guy that just has so much command.
First pitch to Ragsdale, a fastball right down the middle, strike one. Gambardella, coming off 3 innings of 2-hit baseball, gave up 1 earned run against YD. That was a 3-1 loss for Harwich. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball right side. Inouye charging, sliding, fielding, and he got him at first base. How about that, Shintaro Inouye? We saw a similar play to that sliding dish last night.
Yeah, what did we had a nickname
Silky
for
Smooth.
Silky Shinny. Yeah.
Or just Silky Shinny might be
Silky
better.
Shinny. That's a good one. Yeah, that was perfect there. That's his signature, his running over to his left side, sliding. Sometimes I think he just does. He doesn't have to slide, but he just adds it just to add a little bit of flair.
I was going to say, the only thing I can think of is if sometimes you see guys when they reach out, they'll fall and tumble because their momentum. Maybe he just does it to kind of slow them down.
Yeah.
He pops up. First pitch to the second hitter, Wentz, a ground ball to third. Kennedy routine play, and he made it. 2 up, 2 down via the ground out. A nice start for Gambardella and the Mariners.
And that's the thing. I talked about Gambardella throws strikes, right? But only 3 strikeouts this summer, but he throws a lot of them in the zone, right? He's getting guys to hit, but they're easy plays to make for his defense. That's called trusting your defense. The Mariners have one of the best defense in all of the Cape. Gambardella knows that, and so a nice job out of him.
Hitting third, Brendan Lawson, left-handed hitter, takes a first pitch fastball for strike one. Lawson is a Canadian from Toronto. So far, he's 5 for 10 in the Cape, a double, a homer, 2 runs batted in. Takes the 0-1 inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked to their broadcasters, the Brewster guys, pregame yesterday, and they said, you talk to Brendan Lawson, you can tell he's a true Canadian. He's using the washroom. He's
the washer.
All the slang from those guys up north. I like that dialect. Do you? Ball low, 2-1.
Well, I knew he was from Canada already, but the fact that he came over and we were talking to the Brewster broadcasters, he came over, fist bumped everybody, including us. That's when I knew, okay, this
good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
2-1 pitch. Fly ball out of play over the Brewster dugout. the Whitecaps. They have a nice ballpark here at Stony Brook Field, a part of the Stony Brook School District, but Whitecap stuff everywhere. It really does make it feel like their own home field.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the way they lay it out over the summer. 2-2 pitch, popped him up. Fly ball towards right field. Coming in is Jake Coonan. He finds it in the sun. Charging and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. A scoreless start in Brewster. We'll be back for the second inning on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Back here in Brewster. Scoreless after 1. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the skipper Steve Englert's Mariner order. That's Aiden Robbins, D. Kennedy, and Jake Coonan. A beautiful 4th of July here on the Cape. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. Gino, Gambardella looked smooth in that last half inning, the starter for Harwich.
Yeah, that's what he does, right? He throws pitches, gets guys to make contact, but they're routine outs for his guys behind him, and that's all you can really ask for. Not a guy that deals a lot of strikeouts, but he's going to be somebody that induces easy outs for his defense.
Aiden Robbins digs in for a righty-righty matchup with Billy Barlow. Barlow navigated nicely out of traffic to end the first. First pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Robbins been slumping as of late. Just 1 for 15 in his start in Harwich. The lone hit is a solo homer against Falmouth. Barlow, a long windup, kicks and deals the 0-1. Same spot, same result. A strike looking, 0-2 to Robbins. Now looking to protect, kicking off the top of the second inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Robbins the batter. Barlow shakes off a few pitches, grins at that one, and deals. 2-strike pitch, a little bit off the outside corner, 1-2. It's the ever so steady Jeff Merzel behind the plate. A long-time umpire in this league. Gino, we like Jeff Merzel.
Yeah, he does a lot of the games that Harwich is in.
2-strike pitch, pushed down the right field line, foul.
There's a lot of the same guys that we get, and so it's always fun to see. You know, we're getting to a point where we can start guessing before we even know who the umpires are. We can start guessing, and sometimes we get them right.
1-2. Got him swinging. The low breaking ball had Robbins way out in front. He was reaching for that one, swung and missed. 1 up, 1 down in the second.
Yeah, six strikeouts in Robbins' last 3 games, including that one right there. And, you know, there's a couple of calls from Merzel behind home plate. You could tell it threw Robbins off. He was frustrated. He was shaking his head and just never really settles back in.
Kennedy the batter. First pitch to D. Fastball down the middle at 93. Barlow can pump it in there with some heat. Talked about his school numbers, an ERA a little over 6. In the Cape, He's had 2 starts, 9 innings, 3 earned runs, struck out 4, and 2 walks. So he won't blow you away with the strikeouts, but he does have good command. The 0-1 to Kennedy. Swing and a pop-up foul right behind home plate. Kennedy behind 0-2. The Whitecaps catcher, Alex Sosa, came over right in front of us, Gino, messed with my laptop a little bit.
Well, I got scared a little bit because that ball got popped up, and Sosa turned around and looked right at us. I thought that ball was going to drop right on my head.
Well, I would have probably caught it to save you, right, Gino?
I appreciate
that's what
that.
we've been talking about. 0-2 to Kennedy. Another pop-up foul. This time Sosa said, I'm not going to come over and mess with those guys. They looked intimidating enough the first time.
Yeah, I gave him a dirty look.
What have you been up to on the 4th of July, Gino?
The family just got in today, went to Harwich Port, walked around there. It was beautiful. A lot of people here on the Cape, so.
I will say I'm impressed with Brewster. Another good spot on the Cape. 0-2 to Kennedy. Got him looking. 3 consecutive strikeouts. The first started to end the first inning, but now back-to-back Ks, 2 up, 2 down in the second.
Yeah, nice shot from Barlow after giving up a hit to the leadoff man, Broussard, in the first, and then a walk to Marsh, a 4-pitch walk. Ever since that double play from Harris, he's really looked comfortable on the mound. So a nice shot from Barlow to settle in.
Top of the second, 2 out, nobody on. The batter, Jake Coonan. Coonan hitting under 200 this summer, but 3 homers. Leads Harwich. Off-speed pitch in the heart of the strike zone, taken 0-1. So similar style to last night, Gino, we mentioned it. The bottom of the Mariners lineup has a lot of the power, a lot of the top RBI guys, a couple of guys who have hit the few homers off the bat of Mariners so far this summer. Kyle Wolf on deck. 0-1 to Coonan. Swing and a miss. So the first 3 batters now of the second inning have all fallen behind 0-2 to Billy Barlow.
Yeah, these fastballs are just making the Mariner bats come a little bit late.
Barlow unleashes the 0-2. Way high. Taller than Coonan's helmet. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One of the changes that Steve Englert made from yesterday to today, Wolf and Coonan swapping places. Wolf batted before Coonan yesterday. Now it's Coonan, then Wolf today.
2-strike pitch. Check swing, but the pitch was high the whole way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Jake Coonan, the batter. Those Cape Cod Friday uniforms that all the home teams wear throughout the course of this summer, I like them a lot, Gino.
Yeah, they're solid. I like the gold in them.
2-2. A little bit away, but man, that barely missed. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Coonan, making this quite the at-bat after falling behind 0-2. Coonan digs in, shakes the bat right at his ear. Payoff. Popped him up, infield fly. Coming in, the third baseman, Brendan Lawson, and he makes an awkward basket catch for out number 3. He made that harder than it needed to be. But a show-off, you can tell, sticks his tongue out on the run back to the dugout. A 1-2-3 second for the Mariners, no score. We head to the home half on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
American Independence Day here in Cape Cod, one of the marquee spots for an East Coast summer. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. We've made our way for the first time this summer to Brewster and Stony Brook Field. A scoreless first inning, the Mariners no score in the top of the second. About time for the home half of inning number 2. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Whitecaps. Alex Sosa, Carson Tinney, and Carson Curse. Sosa, left-handed hitter, digs in for a righty-lefty matchup with the starter Gianni Gambardella. He was cruising in the first. Just 8 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. First pitch, a ball low, 1-0.
We just made a realization during the last break that Luke Brenneman, not so much of a childhood, didn't know one of the main songs in the movie Cars.
1-0 pitch, bouncing ball towards first. That scoots foul, 1-1.
Real Gone by Sheryl Crow. I mean, that's a classic. I mean, that's my childhood, man. 4th of July, you talking about America? You got the American engines.
What in the world does the movie Cars have to do with
Lightning
the
McQueen
4th of July? Sure, summer,
Lightning
sure.
McQueen is American-made.
The 1-1. Bouncing ball towards first. Wolf on it. This one's fair. He scurries to the bag. Out number 1. Sosa grounds out to first with 1 out, nobody on. The designated hitter, Carson Tinney.
You know, while we have all this time left in the season, we'll have to watch Cars at some point together.
I'm not a movie guy, Gino.
I know, but that's
I'll do
classic.
I'll hang out with you. I'll golf with you. I mean, heck, I'll sit through 9 innings of baseball games night in and night out with you. But I think you can miss me with a movie.
That's crazy. Hey, but to each their own. You're missing out, though.
Carson Tinney, first plate appearance, takes a fastball low, 1-0. Gambardella doing what you talked about in the open, Gino, pitching to contact. The Mariners have found a habit of doing that, and for good reason. This defense is one of the best, if not the best, in the Cape League. 1-0. That's a strike at the bottom portion of the zone, 1-1. The Mariners still sporting the lowest earned run average on the Cape. Brewster right there behind him. 1-1. Off speed is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. A gorgeous afternoon turning into night here in Brewster. 80 and sunny. 2-1. Strike 2. Paints the outer corner. 2-2. Gambardella still looking for his first strikeout, but yet to give up a hit. No score, 1 down, nobody on, bottom of the second. Gambardella steps off the rubber, wipes the baby blue uniform a few times, and delivers the 2-2. Fly ball, dead center field. Broussard barely had to move. Now he comes to his left a little bit and makes the play. Tinney flies out number 2.
Yeah, some of the fans here at Stony Brook Field where you could hear the oohs and ahs, but just a routine fly out from Broussard. Didn't even have to go back towards the track. Just a few steps to his left and made the catch for out number 2.
So 2 outs and nobody on for the shortstop Carson Curse. Curse, a right-handed hitter. Played in the game 2 nights ago, was off last night. First pitch, a little bit low, 1-0. Home plate umpire Jeff Murcell slowly but surely establishing somewhat of a tight strike zone tonight. Both pitchers have done a nice job, yet to give up a base on balls. 1-0 is in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Gino, what do you think about Stony Brook Field? Kind of a tucked away field back here, obviously part of a school district.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of White House in that you have to kind of go through a school to get to the field.
2-0 is low. 3 consecutive balls has Carson Curse ahead 3-0.
Like you were saying, and then you've got the trees lining the outfield wall. I mean, it's pretty.
3-0 pitch finds the middle of the strike zone, 3-1.
It's a nice pitch there from Gambardella, getting right back on track.
Trying to battle back now. Yet to issue a walk, mentioned that. Hitless so far, both teams. The bunt single, originally off the bat of the Mariners' leadoff man, Trey Broussard, has now been switched to an error on the pitcher Barlow. 3-1. Fly ball, right field, foul. The count is full. Colin Priest on deck if we get there. How about the Chatham Anglers, Gino? After the start they've had, they now lead the Cape Cod Baseball League in runs with 78.
Anything can happen. We've seen that. Even Katuitt now rising in the ranks.
Payoff pitch. Foul once again, a liner down the right side.
You know, this Brewster team started off 6-0. Before yesterday, they were 3-6 in their last 9. So, I mean, anything can happen in this league. That's the beauty of it. I mean, you talk about the Mariners last year in the month of July, the record they had, and then ended up winning the whole thing.
The Mariners, the fewest amount of runs and the lowest batting average, yet a record still a game over 500. The stats don't tell you the numbers. Another payoff in the dirt. A 2-out walk. Carson Kurse takes first base.
Oh no, Luke. We've seen this movie before. 2 outs, you give up a free bag, and this is where things tend to fall apart at the seam, but Gambardella has looked sharp so far. He's just got to get back focus against Colin Priest.
Colin Priest playing first base today, redshirt sophomore who goes to Clemson. Spent his first season, his freshman year at Michigan, was all Big Ten as a freshman. Takes a fastball away, 1-0. He almost played so good at Michigan that he decided he wanted to level up, or arguably level up, and go play in the ACC. A 279 average there, 11 homers, 30 runs batted in. The 1-0, check swing, ball in the dirt. He went around, 1 ball and 1 strike. So far in the Cape, Priest is hitting 147 for average, 2 doubles, a homer. Solo shot is his lone RBI. 1-1 on the inside corner. Gambardella gets ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of big hitters, not necessarily for power, but of size for the Brewster Whitecaps. The 1-2, a foul tip, but right into the mid of Macon Winslow. That's Gambardella's first strikeout of the game, and it ends the second. Scoreless we are. We head to 3 on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Dude, what do you think of that Broussard? I thought that was a hit.
Foley should have been a hit. Back here in Brewster. Scoreless through 2. Top of the third. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Mariners. Kyle Wolf will kickstart things before Shintaro Inoue, and then the top of the order, initiated by the leadoff man Trey Broussard, will follow. Billy Barlow stays on the rubber.
Nice start from both pitchers today. Gambardella and Barlow trying to keep it up.
First pitch to Wolf. Off speed in the dirt, 1-0. Wolf has a really good eye, and he continues to develop it as the summer goes on. Was hit by a pitch last night, singled and scored, and then flew out on a hard liner to center. Just trying to do the same thing. Talk to this guy almost every day pregame. He takes the time to come say what's up to Gino and I. The 1-0, that hit him. Got him right on the left wrist. And for back-to-back games, Kyle Wolf wears a pitch and is the leadoff man aboard in the third.
I was just going to say, it's right on cue. Leads his team in hit by pitches this summer.
You just can't stress enough how much of a team guy he is.
Yeah.
Where some guys come to the Cape, and yes, you're playing for Harwich, you're playing for a little town, you're playing for the MLB scouts personally, or to better your game for your college season and then to progressively improve as a ball player. Kyle Wolf is all about what he can do for the other 20 or so guys in that dugout to make their lives easier. The 9-hole hitter, Shintaro Inoue, steps in and spits on a ball low, 1-0. I think you could say the same with a lot of the Mariners.
Yeah.
And it's evident, not even if you're in the dugout, just the eye test. But we talk to these guys every day. The 1-0 fouled straight back, 1-1 to Inoue.
Well, I think it all starts from Steve Englert and works its way down.
Sure.
When you have somebody like that leading the charge, you can't help but buy in, right? Because he's going to demand it out of you. And if you're not ready for it, you're not going to last long on this team.
Inoue in a 1-1 count. Runner at first, nobody out, top of the third. Barlow gets set from the stretch, fires home. Inoue late on the fastball, fouls it away, 1-2. And you talked about the idea of him getting it out of his guys. You know, sometimes if you're a team player on an AAU team or a sports team and you strictly care about wins, you might be the one sticking out compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
But on this team, you stick out if you're not a team player.
It's a great point.
And it's been fun to be a part of. That's why they're 7-6 and haven't really played well in the batter's box. Everybody does their job outside of the individual aspects. Back-to-back fouls over the Brewster dugout, 1-2.
I mean, Steve's also, he expects the best out of us too, right? When we played at Wareham and we were right next to the dugout, he said, all right, we'll be keeping an ear out for you guys. So, I mean, if we have to raise the bar. The players for sure have to do the same thing.
Two-strike pitch is in the dirt low. A block from the catcher, Sosa. Keeps Kyle Wolf at first base. 2-2 the count to Shintaro Inoue. Nobody out. Top of the third. No score in Brewster. The Mariners back in their baby blue unis. If you haven't seen these bad boys, go check them out. 2-2. Barlow set from the belt. Outside, the count goes full. Inoue leads this team in base on balls. Just a dominant eye in that left-handed batter's box. Barlow shakes off the first pitch, now looks over at Kyle Wolf. Wolf not a threat to steal a bag. Throw over to Kyle Wolf. Almost got him, he's back in time. He continues to take these aggressive leads like he's gonna run over there, and then forces himself to get dirty on his way back. But he's in there safely. 3-2 the count to Inoue. Barlow heads home. Swing and a miss, strike three. Inoue doing one of his running swings down the first base line. The pitch was away. Out number one.
Yeah, just didn't look comfortable in that swing at all. Just not a pitch that Shinny would like to swing at. I'm sure he would want to do that over. But just didn't look comfortable there.
Runner at first, one down. Top of the order now up. Trey Broussard, who reached on what we still think should be a bunt hit, but it's an error on the pitcher Barlow. Throw over to first. Wolf back in time safely. Barlow's done a nice job. You can tell he hasn't had his best stuff. Walked a guy, hit Kyle Wolf. Had trouble on the air on the Broussard bunt. but still hitless and, more importantly, scoreless in the top of the third. First pitch to Trey. Fastball right down the middle, strike one. Last night it was the Whitecaps who got things going early, took a 3-0 lead before the Mariners climbed back to end in a 3-3 tie. Harwich has had more opportunities with runners on now in the early innings. The 0-1 to Broussard. Strike at the knees. Trey didn't like it at all. He's behind 0-2.
Yeah, I thought that was low.
You know what? I did too, Gino. But that doesn't matter. It's all up to Jeff Merzel tonight behind the dish. 0-2 the count. The sun starting to set a little bit here at Stony Brook Field. Gino, we haven't played a true afternoon game like this, a 5 o'clock first pitch. And it's kind of nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, all the games we've played have been 6, 6:30, or 7.
0-2 the count. The pitch. Outside. A nice fastball, but that's not fooling Trey Broussard. An easy take, 1-2. Brewster, a neighboring town to Harwich, up here by, I would say, the quadrant of Chatham, Harwich, Orleans, and Brewster are all extremely similar when it comes to distance. 2-strike pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No. The appeal goes to Jake Brichta, and he keeps Broussard alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Kyle Wolf at first base, no score in the top of the third at Stony Brook Field. A marvelous 4th of July. The crowd followed suit. All kinds of red, white, and blue. Both of these teams rocking America's colors. Before the 2-2, throw over to first. Kyle Wolf dives in safely. You know, I can't say I've ever worked on the 4th of July, but being at a baseball game, I don't really consider this work any day of the week.
No. Just having fun.
It's the 17th edition of Mariner Baseball on the 2025 summer. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. The puzzled Gator, Billy Barlow on the mound, put his glove right on his hip, stared down Jeff Merzel, the umpire. 2 borderline pitches in this inning have not gone his way. So a full count to Broussard. See if Wolf decides to run from first base. He goes. Payoff. Liner into left. It's down. A nice piece of hitting from Trey Broussard. Worked that at bat full after being behind 0-2. And that leads to runners at first and second with 1 out for the oh-so-hot Tanner Marsh.
You know, what's funny is Wolf faked you out, Luke, because he actually turned at the last second, but it was one of those signature, I thought he was going to, put his head down, started charging, and then stopped, put on the brakes, and then kind of retreated back to first. But he's done a nice job over there at taunting Barlow on the mound. Got the throw back to first a few times, but yes, a nice piece of hitting there from Broussard. Really worked that at bat.
Here's Marsh. Second time today. He walked in the first inning, takes a strike via the changeup. Down the middle, 0-1. Remember, it was Broussard on first, or excuse me, Broussard and Marsh on first and second with nobody out in the first inning. The guy on deck, Sam Harris, bounced in to a double play. 0-1, clips the outside corner, and Tanner Marsh is behind, no balls and 2 strikes. You can tell Marsh is confident, not only because he's hot, but he's just one of those guys that when he falls behind in the count, he does not show any expression, does not feel uncomfortable, and certainly doesn't look uncomfortable.
No.
0-2 pitch. Up high. A nice take from Marsh, 1-2.
Going off the Jumbotron here, they took the error away, and now the Mariners have 2 hits, so that means
we were
Broussard
right.
has 2 hits today.
How about us? We should call the game and keep score. 1-2 offering. Right down the middle. Got him looking with the fastball. That is not something you see often from a guy like Tanner Marsh. He has a really good eye and a quick bat, but must have been thinking off speed because he let that bad boy buckle him. 2 on, 2 out. Sam Harris the batter. No score in the top of the third at Stony Brook Field. Billy Barlow trying to go 2 of his first 3 innings, stranding runners on. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Harris.
Yeah, Harris too tall for that pitch. 6'5". I mean, that pitch was at his shins.
We were talking about this in the break after the first inning. Harris is listed at 6'5". Yes, that is unbelievable size. But I would argue he might be taller than that, Jim.
Yeah.
And he is long. 0-1. High chopper towards second. Going to be a tough play. Coming in is Wentz flipping to first, and they beat Harris. Billy Barlow and the Whitecaps strand 2 in the third. Still no score. We'll be back with the home half on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Just an all-around A-plus day here on the Cape. For an afternoon 4th of July ball game, we've made our way to Brewster. No score, about time for the bottom of the third. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. Gino, a nice tribute to a long veteran down the third base side, right in front of the Brewster dugout. The whole crowd gets up, a standing ovation. That's what America's all about right there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it makes it a little bit sweeter that it's the 4th of July, but anytime they show some respect to military men and women, always something that is super cool to see at sporting events, and, you know, they deserve it.
We'll see if Brewster can rally behind the crowd getting involved here at Stony Brook Field. 8-9-1 due up for the Whitecaps. The right fielder Jacob McCombs will lead things off. A lefty-righty matchup with the right-hander Gianni Gambardella. First pitch, strike 1. Gambardella just mixes up the speeds, has a slider, a change, and a fastball. That was the changeup right there. Caught a lot of the top portion of the strike zone, which is rare. 0-1. McCombs pops one up right at short. Marsh dodging the sun. 1 up, 1 down. That's another thing that might be different with us talking about these afternoon games, is the sun a little bit more alive, especially throughout the ball game compared to the 6:30 starts we've seen the rest of the summer.
So we went back through the schedule. Shout out our producer Dave Roberts. The Katuitt game on the road, 5 o'clock. But those
they don't have lights.
Right, so it's the fields that don't have lights, but Mariners haven't played that many teams without lights.
First pitch to Adam Magpok, a ball inside. Gambardella working on his 3rd inning of action tonight so far. Just walked 1, no hits, no runs in a scoreless ball game here in the 3rd. The 1-0. Hard grounder up the middle. Shortstop Marsh coming across the second base bag. Man, that's smooth. A nice play from the Mariners shortstop. That's another guy that moves with a little bit of swagger in the infield.
Absolutely. And you know what? Gambardella has looked so solid on the mound. He just looks so comfortable. We talked about he just pitches for contact. I mean, that one grounded literally right past him on the mound. He didn't even try and make a reactionary play to try and scoop it up. No, he just let his infield do it, and that's exactly why he trusts his defense. Let them make the plays, and it's been paying off.
Before you can blink, there's 2 down in the bottom of the third. First pitch low and away to the leadoff man, Ragsdale. Ragsdale, one of the best hitters in the Cape. Plays his college ball at Boston College. New Jersey native, but hit .319 on the college year at BC. 1-0, fouled back, 1-1. He was 1 for 3 last night. Walked, stole a base, scored a run. That was in the first inning. The Whitecaps played at 2 on the Mariners. This guy's most likely a draft pick coming up in 10 days from now, the MLB draft. There's going to be a lot of guys with their names called on, what would that be, the 14th of July? 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. Josiah Ragsdale, the left-hitting center fielder, trying to start something here for the Whitecaps. Gambardella cruising into the third. 3-1, ground ball down the right field line, foul. Counts full. Ragsdale, a guy that you want to attack, especially when you're behind, because we saw it last night. If he walks, you might as well put him down for a double. It's the same result. He's taken second base the whole way. Had 30 stolen bases in college, 15 already this summer. 3-2, a line shot over the second baseman in a way and into right center field. On the transfer, the center fielder, Broussard, lost it. Ragsdale never stopped running and will take second base on the air from the Mariners center fielder. So mark it a hit, and then an error on Broussard. Ragsdale in scoring position with 2 down in the third.
Just a tough play to make. Just a tough break for the Mariners there, and Ragsdale, he's going to burn you with his speed every time. You give him a little bit of daylight, he's going to take advantage.
And this is not a part of the Brewster order that you want to maybe mess around and get lazy with. Here's Dalton Wentz, the 6'2 Wake Forest sophomore. He's hitting .273 on the summer, all the way up to now 4 doubles and 8 runs batted in. First pitch fastball is low, 1-0. Stony Brook Field can hold approximately 4,000 spectators. I'd say there's close to 1,500, maybe 2,000 here tonight. 1-0. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Definitely a hitter-friendly park in relation to the rest of the Cape. Dead center, the standard 395, but the corners 315, 320, a little bit in from the 330 at the Mariners' White House Field. This team was founded in 1998 as a Cape League expansion team. The 2-0. Broken bat, right field line. It finds a spot. Scoring easily from second is Ragsdale, and an RBI broken bat blooper puts the first run of the board on in the third. The Whitecaps lead 1-0.
I mean, you talk about speed from Ragsdale. I mean, as soon as that ball dropped, he was already halfway home. I mean, he was just so fast at rounding the bases. And Brewster draws first blood again, back-to-back games where the Mariners give up the first run.
Brewster without a hit until 2 outs in this inning. Ragsdale, a liner into center, a mistake from Trey Broussard, and you look right back at that play, because if Ragsdale's at first, he easily gets to third on that broken bat hit to right with his speed, but there's no chance he scores. 1-0 the score, 2 out, runner at first. Brendan Lawson, the batter. First pitch swinging, finds the right field line. It hit right on the chalk. Now at third base is Wentz. The windmill is on. A play at the plate. Shintaro to the plate. The Mariners got him. Inouye to Macon Winslow, a nice tag, a better throw. And that's how the third inning ends. A risky decision from the Whitecaps to send Dalton Wentz on the double from Lawson. But the Mariners find themselves fortunate on good defense. This game stays as a one-run game. We'll be back for the fourth inning on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
1-0 the count in Brewster. We're through 3. Top of the fourth, the Mariners due up 4, 5, and 6. Winslow, Robbins, and Kennedy. Harwich had the first 2 hits of the game coming into the bottom of the third. And then a 2-out knock from Josiah Ragsdale, an error on the center fielder Trey Broussard, and then back-to-back hits down the right field line. Plated the first Whitecaps run, but the Mariners ended the frame on a nice relay from the right fielder Coonan to the second baseman Inouye, and then to the plate to gun down. That was Wentz trying to score all the way from first on the double. 1-0 the score. First pitch of the fourth, a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Winslow struck out swinging his first time up. Ready matchup, 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
There's been a few times that we've seen this summer where the opponent's trying to test the arms of the Mariners, and I've seen quite often these Mariners guys, man, they've got rifles on them.
2-0 the count to the Mariner catcher. Barlow kicks, fires, and finds the strike zone, 2-1. Winslow, the Duke catcher in 2025, is now transferring to North Carolina. He was 0 for 2 last night with a walk. Back-to-back starts for the catcher, 2-1, swing and a miss. The count's even, 2-2.
I think the Mariners might have the all-names team on the Cape. I mean, Macon Winslow, D. Kennedy, Bristol Carter. I mean, these are some
Inouye.
great names.
Might be right. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back times, the high fastball turns Winslow into a strikeout victim. 1 up, 1 down in the fourth.
6 strikeouts for Barlow today. I mean, he's dealing heat. You talked about it, Luke, and it's paying off.
Barlow pumps it up close to 95. He's a sinker baller, so a lot of sinker slider. Throws in a changeup occasionally. But he's got good stuff. I'm surprised that he had an ERA over 6. Granted, playing at Florida, the SEC, can be tough. First pitch to Robbins upstairs, 1-0. Robbins, another guy who struck out his first time up. This stretch of 4, 5, and 6 are now a combined 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. 1-0. Check swing. A strike on the lower portion of the plate, 1-1. Robbins just having a tough time feeling out the strike zone. You can see it in his face. some pitches that are catching the heart of the plate he's just confused about.
And he's getting frustrated.
1-1. Swinging strike 2. Robbins caught a slight tip of it. The catcher Sosa caught it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I like this ballpark a lot. When we got here, we were kind of 50-50 on it. It was behind a school, kind of like a normal high school field. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
What made you change your mind?
I don't know, the massive American flag out in dead center, the woods behind the outfield kind of gives it like a comforting feel. It's definitely more compact rather than open like somewhere like, say, YD or Bourne. But really good energy, crowd posted up in center field, 2-2. Good take, the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strike. Off-speed pitch was in the dirt. On deck is D. Kennedy. Mariners trailing by 1 with 1 out in the top of the 4th. Barlow kicks and fires the payoff pitch. Ball 4 high. A 1-out walk. Robbins reaches for the first time tonight.
Good eye from Robbins there. I mean, we talked about it, looked a little bit frustrated after a few called strikes, but just settles in. And nice job there to just get the walk.
Gino, I know your folks are in town for the 4th of July weekend. We have a large Mariner audience, or I guess listening crowd. Where are you going to take them for dinner in Harwich Port? Maybe some people will chime in and help you out.
Ooh, I don't think we've decided where we're going yet. We walked down Harwich Port earlier. I mean, the hot stove's great.
They picked off Aiden Robbins, but not before a balk on Barlow. Aiden Robbins was dead to rights in between second and first, trying to dive back, but first base umpire Robert Mellis says that Barlow balked, and Robbins takes second base.
Wow. I mean, you're right. Robbins was not expecting that.
Now Robbins is having a word with Billy Barlow, the pitcher. I wonder if this is a little bit more than laughing, because Barlow was extremely upset when he was called for the balk.
Yeah.
That's one of those situations where sometimes your pickoff move is just so good that it's kind of 50-50, and some guys see it as a first move to the plate rather than checking on the runner. But that time, Robbins not out, and he advances 90 feet to second base. The Mariners have a runner in scoring position with 1 down, trailing by a run in the 4th. Explanation given to Whitecap manager Jamie Shevchik. In his 10th season in the Cape League, he did not like that call one bit. He popped out of the dugout.
Now there's going to be a little bit of conversation with Barlow. Brian Del Rosso, pitching coach, out on the mound. I think he's just kind of explaining the situation to Barlow, right? Barlow thought he got him, a little bit frustrated. Del Rosso coming up, maybe telling him what the umpires told him, maybe telling him to settle back in, right? Because one of those plays can certainly get you a little frustrated off your game. We know in this league and in baseball in general, you have to have the mind of a goldfish. You can't keep remembering, mistakes or calls you want back or whatever it may be. You have to just move on, get set for the next batters. D. Kennedy, who's been solid recently, struck out today, but at any point he can make you pay.
Kennedy ranks second on the Mariners in runs batted in, a chance to tie it. Robbins standing at second base with 1 down in the 4th. Kennedy gets set. Barlow ready at the rubber. The first pitch, bouncing ball foul into the Whitecaps dugout.
I'd like to see Kennedy pull this one down the left field line. 315 left field wall. He could easily get over that.
Kennedy has a homer on the summer. It was a pinch hit solo shot in the 9th against Bourne last Sunday. He is behind 0-1. Barlow steps off, looks Robbins back to second base. Aiden Robbins, not an A-plus base stealer by any means, but giving Billy Barlow some issues out there on the rubber. Now he's ready to go. 0-1 the count to Kennedy. Barlow kicks and fires. Swinging strike number 2. Kennedy in an 0-2 hole. He fell behind 0-2 when he struck out in the second. We'll see if D can battle back here. On deck, Kunin, 1 down, runner at second. The Mariners trail by 1. Barlow leans over, gets the pitch, is set, and comes off the rubber. Pitch clock violation on the pitcher. So now the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kennedy. There's something with Billy Barlow where in between pitches, he has to feel some sense of comfortability with the runner to even get set and offer to the plate. That led to his pitch clock violation. 1-2. Got him looking. Right on the inside corner. Kennedy fooled by a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He struck out twice today. That's the 7th K from Billy Barlow.
Give credit to Barlow. Anytime he's, the pitch clock violation, right? Gets back settled and delivers the strikeout. Doesn't get rattled.
Runner at second, the Mariners' RBI leader in the right-handed batter's box. Another balk on Barlow moves Aiden Robbins from second to third. Robbins reached on a walk, advanced to second on a balk, and now takes third on a Barlow balk. So 90 feet away, Aiden Robbins, the batter Kunin, looking to add to his team high. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pitch gets away in the dirt from the catcher Alex Sosa, but able to corral in time. Robbins stays put. Kunin popped up to third his first time up. 0-1. Ground ball down the third base line. Foul ball.
Whitecaps dugout. Yelling and screaming over there. They're getting into it.
Kunin had a 2-run homer last night. A 2-run homer here would put the Mariners on top in the 4th. 2 down, Robbins at third. Harwich trails by 1. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Got him on strikes. 3 strikeouts in the inning from Billy Barlow. He has 8, scoreless through 4. Brewster a 1-0 lead in the game. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Into the bottom of the 4th in Brewster alongside Gino Antamarino. I'm Luke Brenneman. A 4th of July ball game. The Whitecaps lead the Mariners 1-0. The Whitecaps are due up in the home half of the 4th. 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order. Alex Sosa, Carson Tinney, and Carson Curse, all of which are hitless so far tonight. The Whitecaps didn't have a hit until 2 outs in the third inning, then had 3 consecutive hits to score the first run of the game. However, it wasn't booked as an earned run on Gambardella because of the fielding error after Ragsdale's 2-out hit on Mariners center fielder Trey Broussard. Nonetheless, a 1-run lead for Brewster. Popped up foul, 0-1. Sosa grounded out to first base his first time up. Gianni's had good stuff tonight, Gino.
He has. Pitching to contact. He talked about only 3 hits for Brewster. The defense has done well.
0-1 is inside at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And this is a Brewster team that can usually put together some good at-bats. This is a team that has the most doubles on the Cape. They hit for power.
1-1, fly ball right field. Going to his left is Jake Coonan, a routine play for out number 1. Sosa pops out, and with 1 down and nobody on, the designated hitter Carson Tinney. Gino, I want to ask you, a matchup tomorrow night at White House Field with the Chatham Anglers, a local rival, a team that we saw about a week ago and tied in a 7-7 thriller in 10 innings. What are you looking forward to about that matchup? And they're playing the best ball in the Cape right now. First pitch, bouncer, third base side, fair. Kennedy loses it at the line, throws across the diamond, and still beat Tinney to the bag. Kennedy didn't give up on the play, and for that reason, the Mariners record the 2nd out of the inning.
Oh my gosh. You said across the diamond. It was across the diamond and then some. Excellent throw from Kennedy, not only to get it off in time, but to make it an accurate throw. Nice job over there in the hot corner. But tomorrow I'm looking forward to 2 teams that are starting to find their rhythm. And, you know, the Mariners, unlike Chatham, has been in rhythm all season.
First pitch is low to Carson Curse.
Obviously, for the most part. But this is an Anglers team. This is not the same team we saw a week ago, like you mentioned. This is a team that's really starting to click.
1-0, high fly ball, center field. Broussard is there and makes the head-high catch. 3 up, 3 down, a scoreless 4th from Gianni Gambardella. He's having a heck of a night in Brewster. The Mariners need to pick him up, though. They trail by 1. We head to 5 on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Good defense and good pitching here at Stony Brook Field in Brewster. The Whitecaps only up 1-0 over the Mariners as we head into the top of the 5th alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. Happy 4th of July to everyone tuning in. 8-9-1 due up for the Mariners in this frame. Leading off is Kyle Wolf, followed by Shintaro Inoue on deck. And then as the order turns over with Trey Broussard in the hole. Billy Barlow back on the mound in his 5th inning of work. 8 strikeouts on the day. He's been dealing with heat, and the Mariners can't really catch up to it. Only 2 hits on the day, both of those knocks coming by the one-spot hitter for the Mariners, Trey Broussard. So a righty-on-righty matchup to start the top of the 5th. Wolf digs in from the right side and awaits his first offering. Here it comes. Well high, hits the backstop. Barlow taps his chest with his hand, letting Alex Sosa know, his catcher, that's my bet.
You know, Gino, when you look at the way this ball game is moving, in our Trident Talk social media pregame segment, we said we might not play 9 because the Brewster broadcaster said they've only played 9 here twice or 3 times all summer. This game is flying tonight.
No lights here at Stony Brook. The 1-0 in there for strike 1.
I mean, it was a 5:03 first pitch. We're approaching 6:20 in the 5th inning. That's what happens when you have 2 starters shoving, and I wouldn't be surprised if Gambardella comes out for the 5th too.
Mariners with just 2 hits, the Whitecaps with 3. It's the 1-1. Change up in there for strike 2.
That pitch is low, Gino. That's been the one that the Mariners have had a problem with tonight. Jeff Merzell just expanding that strike zone a little bit for Barlow. But you got to remember that. Can't get fooled the second time around.
The 1-2 to Wolf. Just misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He talked about the off-speed pitches being a problem for the Mariners, but also the fastballs. It's been the change of speeds from Barlow on the mound that has gotten a lot of these Mariner batters. They've been well behind the fastballs and well ahead of the off-speeds. As a swing and a miss. 92-mile-per-hour fastball from Barlow, just as we expected. And Wolf was a little bit behind. That's 9 punch-outs on the day for Barlow on the mound. Out comes Shintaro Inoue from the left side.
Gino, he's punched out 7 of the last 9.
Billy Barlow just doesn't seem to fatigue. He kicks and loses it. So he was in mid-windup. Ball just slipped out of his hands.
There's some funky stuff going on with Billy Barlow. Whatever it is, it's working, though, because he's dealing right now. Approaching 5 innings of scoreless baseball. But 2 balks in the same inning, dropping the ball mid-delivery. Maybe he's just one of those guys that everything's got to be perfect before he comes to the plate.
Barlow comes set. The 1-0 to the lefty, Shinny Inoue, upstairs.
I think the combination of the Mariners' 8 and 9 hitters, Wolf and Inoue, might have the 2 best eyes on the team.
Inoue leads the team in walks with 8 through 13. The 2-0. Hard bouncer foul, first base side. Inoue has gone down via the strikeout already today. That was back in the 3rd. That was the 4th punch out for Barlow. Del Rosso, the pitching coach, out from the Brewster dugout. Walks up to the mound to talk things over with his starting pitcher. Now the second time that Del Rosso has come out to the mound. And now he retreats back to the dugout. Not quite sure, obviously, what's being said. We're about 20 or so feet away, but
20?
Is that generous?
From the mound? I'd try 50, 60.
That works too. The 2-1. Fouled straight back. But just checking to see if Barlow's A-okay. Yeah, you know, feet, yards,
no,
oftentimes
you
get them
Syracuse
confused,
guys.
you know.
What do they teach you over there? Just how to talk?
If that. 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3. So Inouye trying to work another walk on his season total of 8. 3-2 the count with 1 out, the top of the 5th. 1-0 Whitecaps on top of the Mariners. Payoff pitch. Just misses outside.
Inouye is such a good guy that he heard the roar of the Brewster bench and started walking down the first base line because he thought it was ball 4. That's why he took it. And then turned around and pointed at the home plate umpire and just kind of nodded his head like checking if he did walk or not.
So Inouye over on first with just 1 out. As the order turns back over, here's Trey Broussard from the left side.
Gino, I will say, Shintaro was fired up when you told him good luck today.
He was.
Maybe he needed that out of you.
Gave me a big smile. First pitch, up high, ball 1. You know, we never did find out what that song was he was playing yesterday before the game.
Might have to get it from him. I mean, you play that at like a 4th of July pregame or party tonight
There
after
you
the
go.
game. You might be the best new thing going in Cape Cod nightlife.
Check back over at first. Inouye's there, diving with his right hand first. So yesterday before the game, Luke, you were there at the dugout. You can tell the story because I wasn't there.
I mean, I'm standing there looking at the lineup. The guys are all hanging out. It was hours before the game, and Inouye's just holding his phone up to his ear listening to a song.
The 1-0. Misses low.
And I think it was Harrison Feinberg walks up to him along with a couple other guys. They're like, Shinny, what is that? Like, what artist is that? He's like, it's a Japanese artist. I like it. And they say, turn it up. So now they're all listening to it like they're around like a fire pit. Like the phone's on the ground, and they're listening to the song. And they all start to kind of bump their heads, and they really like it. And it made Inouye's day. Continued to turn it up louder. The guys enjoyed it even more. And then the conversation expanded to, is there places at Kansas State that play this type of music at like a bar or something? I mean, they were really interested in the style of music he was listening to. It was a cool conversation.
Got to find out that song. If we get it, we'll say what it is. The 2-0 to Broussard, misses high and away. 3 balls, no strikes to a guy in this Mariners order that has been red hot today. 2 for 2. First hit of the day came off of a bunt down the third base line. Second one got off of a liner. The 3-0 to the center fielder. Misses low. A 4-pitch walk to Broussard, and that's back-to-back 3 bags given up by Billy Barlow. Runners on first and second with just 1 out. And that's going to bring out Shevchik from the Whitecaps dugout. Might be Barlow's day. And if it is, what a performance he's had. He's given up just 2 hits on the day, 9 strikeouts, and it will be. New man trots from the bullpen for the Whitecaps. We'll have his name and stats when we come back. We'll take a quick break, but the Mariners have runners on first and second with just 1 out in the top of the 5th. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local business.
Welcome back on the Mariners Radio Network here at Stony Brook Field in Brewster alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. New man on the mound for Brewster is Chris Ners, the right-handed pitcher from Florida State. Faces off against Tanner Marsh, the two-spot hitter for the Mariners, with runners on first and second and one out in the top of the fifth. First pitch, Marsh drills this one into right center. Josiah Ragsdale sprinting over and makes the catch. A collision in the outfield between Ragsdale and McCombs, the right fielder. Somehow, some way, they kept that ball in. And so there's two away with Broussard still on first. And Inouye advances to third. So runners on the corners for the Mariners with two outs.
The Mariners had runners at first and second in different situations 3 different times going up into that at bat. Now you got runners at the corners, but here's the consistency. Harris has been up in the first inning with runners at first and second with nobody out. Was up in the second or third inning with runners at first and second and 2 outs. And now is up in the 5th inning with runners on the corners and 2 outs. He grounded into a double play the first time and bounced out on a weak tapper to second in the 3rd. So now his 3rd chance to break through and drive in a run.
Right. Del Rosso, the pitching coach for the Whitecaps, back on the mound. Talking with his reliever Ners as the infield now disperses back to their spots. Del Rosso back to his dugout. Ners last pitched this summer back on July 1st, so a few days ago against Orleans. Went for 1 2/3, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Earned the win in that game as well. Had 23 appearances this past year with the Seminoles. First pitch to Sam Harris, fouls it straight back. 91-mile-per-hour fastball.
I would like to see Harris do some damage. This is a guy at school who hit 9 homers, drove in over 40. Been a little bit quiet. His start in Harwich, not hitting for any extra bases, just a couple of singles.
The 0-1. This one's lined through the right side for a base hit. Inouye in to score from third. And with 2 outs, the Mariners tie things up 1 apiece in the top of the 5th.
That's what we're talking about right there, Gino.
Just what the doctor ordered, just what you ordered, Luke. That was good.
That's a clutch hit. He had 2 opportunities early in the game. He didn't come into this at-bat with his head down. He wasn't timid. He was ready to hit, jumped all over a fastball at the knees, drove that one into right. But a perfect little mini hit and run going on from Trey Broussard at first. He was stealing second and was at the third base bag by the time the right fielder McCombs even had it. So the same situation again, just Winslow the batter, and now it's a tie game.
First pitch to the righty, Winslow pops it up behind the plate and out into the crowd. They've got the broken glass sound effect here at Stony Brook that they play over the speaker. So if you heard that in the microphone, no, it's not actually someone's car getting absolutely obliterated. At least I hope not. Throwback to first. Not in time. Might have to check my car between the brakes to see if my windshield's okay.
You and your car, Gino.
What do you mean you and your car?
Oh, you don't know. Wareham.
Oh, that's right. The 0-1 misses low.
We pull in to a ballpark that you couldn't have paid somebody to park in the same parking lot that we did. I mean, 100 open spaces. And Gino's car is a fraction over the line, one of 3,000 open lines in that lot. Oh, let me get back in and go pull it inside the lines.
Oh, my gosh. The 1-1. This is low and away. I mean, to be fair, these games here on the Cape, they sell out. We were early to the game. I didn't know how many people were going to show up. There was a decent crowd. I wasn't going to risk getting my doors side-swiped or whatever.
Gino, if someone would have side-swiped your doors in that parking lot, they could have just rammed right in the back of your car because it would have been obvious the whole way.
2-1 to Winslow. A hard bouncer to second. Wentz is there to touch second and record the third out of the inning. So the Mariners leave two stranded, but tie things up at 1 apiece in the top of the fifth. We head to the home half here on the Mariner Radio Network.
You can end.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Happy 4th of July. We head to the home half of the fifth here at Stony Brook Field. Home field for the Brewster Whitecaps. They're up to bat 7, 8, 9. Leading off with the first baseman, Colin Priest. Faces off against Gianni Gambardella back on the mound in his fifth inning of work. He's given up just 3 hits today. No earned runs, as the lone run scored today from Brewster was off of an error to the center fielder, Trey Broussard. The first pitch misses upstairs. Just got word, I know it happened a few hours ago, but Joey Chestnut, 70 and a half hot dogs in 10 minutes. It's the 1-0 swing and a miss.
He better cherish yet another title because our producer, Dave Robbins, might be well on his way.
The 1-1 off-speed pitch gets Priest swinging like a golf club.
I
One
mean,
ball,
nobody
2 strikes.
kills Fenway Franks like that guy.
That's so true. We went to the game the other day. He came in with a box. I think he finished, it was a box of 4 in about a couple innings. The 1-2 in the dirt in 1 inning. Our other producer, Max Stewart, saying in 1 inning. That's ridiculous.
I mean, if you can go 4 dogs in an inning, I think Joey Chestnut it's doable.
Yeah, that's a little bit too many hot dogs for me. Gambardella comes home with the 2-2, fouled straight back. Winslow took the brunt of that pitch. As he takes his mask off, appears to be okay. A new ball dealt to the mound. 1-1 ball game here in the home half of the fifth. The second of a home-and-home series between these two teams. Part of the hometown rivalry series between all the teams on the Cape.
This is a portion of the schedule after playing all those teams in the West to start. You can get at some guys in your division now.
The 2-2. Fly ball into deep right field. Jake Coonan towards the line in foul territory. No, it drops fair. As Priest rounds past second, he's into third standing. Thought that ball was going to tail out, but it stayed down the line, and so it's a leadoff triple for Colin Priest.
That was a tough play for Coonan because he's running down the right field line. It ricocheted up against the lower portion of the fence that holds the foul pole. So it looked like he was going to have to reach over the fence, and he just didn't get there in time, didn't really know where he was. He was looking, thinking he was going to run into the wall. Probably could have made the play, but a tough one if he did.
So the fourth hit of the day for the Whitecaps. First pitch to McCombs. Fastball, strike one. Jake McCombs, a rising junior at UC Irvine. So far today has a flyout to the infield. The 0-1 line through the right side. That's going to bring in Priest. And so the Whitecaps take a one-run lead in the bottom of the fifth.
Something about right field tonight for Brewster. Every single hit has gone to right field. How about that?
RBI single from McCombs, who stands on first. In the 9 spot, Adam Magpok from the left side. Gambardella trying to stop the bleeding. He comes home against the lefty. Blasted into deep left field. Aiden Robbins sprinting back towards the wall, makes the catch over his shoulder. Back at the track, a beautiful grab from Robbins. And there's one away.
Unbelievable focus from Robbins in the left. The crowd went crazy for good reason. That ball was murdered the other way, and I thought it was gone off the bat, but you really have to have some serious pop to hit the ball the other direction with a wood bat in this league. And Robbins didn't let the oohs and the ahs phase him. He looked at the wall, he knew where he was, and he calmly made that catch right over his shoulder.
Over the shoulder's tough to do. And after that hard hit ball, Steve Englert, the manager for the Mariners, out from the dugout. Talking with his starter, Gambardella, gives him a pat on the rear end and looks towards the Mariners bullpen. And so that will be Gambardella's day. A solid outing for the main product. And with one away in the bottom of the fifth, runner on first in McCombs. Mariners down by 1. We'll be back on the Mariners radio network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
New man on the mound for the Mariners, Scott Duran, making his debut in a Mariners uniform. He faces off against Josiah Ragsdale from the left side. First pitch, swing and a miss on the low heat.
First look at the youngster from Coastal Carolina, just a rising sophomore. Doesn't look like one, 6'4", 220.
Made 18 appearances this past year with Coastal. 4.15 ERA. He comes home with the 0-1, misses low.
It's exciting for him. A good ball club in Brewster. You're down just by one, a tight game in the middle innings here. Come on with a runner on first, one out, top of the order. Ragsdale, one of the better hitters in the Cape, an opportunity to get comfortable early.
1-1. Bounced foul, first bite side.
I don't know, Gino. I would personally, as a pitcher, rather get thrown into a really tough spot in a league like here to start than, everything go your way and then get rocked out of nowhere. I think this is just a really solid test for a kid who you didn't pitch all that much at Coastal. Just over 17 innings.
That's right. Runner on first in McCombs. As the Whitecaps up by one. The 1-2. Runner goes from first. This one's drilled up the middle. A great play from Marsh. He hauls it in, touches the second bag, throws to first in time. Double play that ends the inning. That ball hit off of Duran, who kind of kicked it up to Marsh, who was standing right next to second. He hauled it in, touched the bag, and recorded the double play to end the frame. Mariners down by one. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field, the home of the Brewster Whitecaps. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Ansamarino. 5, 6, 7 due up in this Mariners lineup. Harwich down by one. Aiden Robbins to lead things off against the right-handed pitcher Chris Neer. Righty on righty, the first pitch upstairs, ball one. Neer relieved Billy Barlow in the last inning. Barlow went for 4 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. The 1-0. This is low. Near the Florida State product, trying to hang on to this Brewster lead. Robbins trying to fight back. The 2-0. 89-mile-per-hour fastball clocks in for strike 1. Robbins so far today has reached once off of a walk. Got all the way to third off of back-to-back balks from Barlow. The 2-1. Hits the upper edge, strike 2. Other than that, Robbins struck out. He's now got 6 strikeouts in his last 3 games. But the walk in his last plate appearance, hopefully good things to come. The 2-2. This one's drilled into left center. It drops in the gap. As Robbins turns past 1, he's heading for second. He's in there standing. Robbins, after batting a .422 average back at Seton Hall this past year, gets a knock here today. The 4th one for a Mariner in today's contest.
That's big, not only because you're down 1, but for Aiden Robbins, to your point, Gino, this is a guy used to hitting the ball hard, used to getting on. Over 400 for average is no joke. That's most guys' on base percentage, and that's not a bad one to have either. So to find a gap, get in scoring position.
First pitch for D. Kennedy misses upstairs.
He's got to be feeling good over there. Maybe put that slump behind him. That ball was killed. He got ahead in the count. You could tell he was kind of licking his chops, waiting for something over to the heart of the plate, and he did not miss it.
When he gets underneath the ball, he can really make a team pay. The 1-0 to Kennedy misses low.
And now you got your 2 leaders in RBIs up. Kennedy, the runner-up to the man on deck, Jake Coonan. But if you're D. Kennedy, you're just trying to get Aiden Robbins over right now.
Robbins, that's his 2nd extra base hit of the summer. The first one was a solo homer back against Falmouth.
That's his 2nd hit.
The 2-0 to Kennedy in the dirt. Kennedy has been the victim of 2 strikeouts here today, both coming at the hands of the starter Barlow. Currently up in this at-bat, 3-0 is the count. The pitch hits the upper edge, strike 1, 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Still no outs in the top of the 6th. Mariners down by 1, but a runner in scoring position in Robbins after the leadoff double. Kennedy from the right side gets set for his 3-1. Here it comes. Bounced at the plate, foul. Actually hit off of Kennedy's left foot. Limps a little bit towards the Mariner dugout. Grits his teeth together, tries to walk it off. That's gotta hurt.
D. Kennedy's a tough guy. He's so tough, he headfirst dove into the Mariners dugout last night trying to make a play on a ball that was gonna land foul. And you can tell he just needs a little bit more than just a second to walk this one off. He's smiling about it, talking to the catcher, Alex Sosa.
Sosa, first time we really got to interact with him today, and that was because he came over and started messing with your computer, Luke, so you can already tell this is a guy that can be comical. The 3-2. Blasted into deep left field. Magpie dives. He can't get there. It drops back at the wall. Robbins rounds past third. Here comes the throw. Robbins with all the time in the world. Kennedy dives into third. They got him, but he scores 1 to tie this game up. Kennedy tried to stretch to 3 bases, but got tagged out. But brings home Robbins to even things out here at Stony Brook Field. A 2-2 ball game in the top of the 6th with 1 away.
That's one way to try and turn 2 into 3, running on a foot that you just spiked the ball right into, and he hobbles off. But that's an unreal piece of hitting. He took a long while before that 3-2 jumped all over it.
First pitch to the righty, Jake Coonan. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one.
It was a 50-50 decision. He was out by a good chunk, but the left fielder Magpok had trouble keeping the ball in front of him, then couldn't locate it at the wall.
The 0-1, Kunin foul tips.
Hindsight's always 20/20, and with nobody out in the inning, you probably want to stay at second regardless, just because you got Kunin and Wolf behind you. So could be a run we look back on, Gino.
The Kansas State product adds to his RBI total. The 0-2, bounce to third. Lawson there to watch it into his glove. He sidearms to first in time for out number 2. Kennedy now up to 8 RBIs this summer, second most on the team. And so the offense for the Mariners continuing to get better game in and game out. 2 times they have trailed in this game. They have fought back to even things out. As out comes the righty Kyle Wolf in the 8th spot. His first pitch. Popped up to right field. McCombs trotting over to his left makes the routine fly out for out number 3. So the Mariners tie things up thanks to an RBI from D. Kennedy bringing home Aiden Robbins. And so we sit at 2 apiece heading into the home half of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
We're back here at Stony Brook Field. The Mariners just tied things up in the top of the 6th. D. Kennedy bringing home Aiden Robbins. Robbins with his 2nd hit of the summer, both of them extra base hits. So the Mariners offense looking solid, trying to get the defense to follow suit. As Duran comes home on Dalton Wentz, breaking ball in there for strike 1.
You look back at the inning-ending double play that Doran came into this game, and the first batter he saw was able to get Ragsdale out on just 3 pitches in turn 2.
The 0-1 line towards shortstop. Tanner Marsh, after the first hop, records the out over at first. Nice job from Marsh to not try and jump the gun there. Was patient, let the ball come to him, and records out number 1.
I think that Doran is going to have some serious confidence coming into this 6th inning. I mean, if you can get Ragsdale to bounce in the double play, and then the Mariner offense had his back in the same light. They played a run in the top half of the inning. They tied this game up.
Doran in his Mariner debut. First pitch to Brendan Lawson from the left side. Watches the ball go low.
The Mariners win, we might have to check in with Scott Doran.
Absolutely. Coastal Carolina product, right-handed pitcher against the lefty Lawson. He comes home, pops him up, foul. Lawson so far today, 1 for 2. Had a single back in the 3rd. Just in his 4th game as a Brewster Whitecap this summer. The 1-1 in the dirt. Lawson from Toronto, Ontario. I'm sure doesn't celebrate the 4th of July back, in Toronto, but now that he's here, I'm sure his teammates might have some barbecue, grilling up some burgers.
Did you see any pictures of that massive parade in Chatham today?
I did.
That looked pretty cool.
That was really cool. They talked things over with Jeff Marzell, home plate umpire. Alex Sosa. Talking with Marzell, home plate umpire says, listen, I don't want to talk to you, I want to talk to your manager. And now here comes Chef's Vic. Luke, I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what they're talking about here.
It looked like he made a gesture to award a second strike to the count against Lawson because he wasn't, just like the pitchers are on a pitch clock, the hitters have to be addressing the pitcher and in the box by a certain time. So they reset the pitch clock. 2-2, so they did tack on a strike, Gino.
There you go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
That's nice. You pick up a free strike if you're Doran, just because the hitter wasn't ready to play.
Trying to capitalize off the mistakes. The 2-2. Hard bouncer foul. Lawson played in yesterday's, I guess you'd call it abbreviated game between these two teams. It was called in the top of the 7th after a rain cancellation, but is still credited as a game. Both teams ended with a tie. The 2-2 misses low and away. First tie of the summer for Brewster. The Mariners, their 3rd. Righty on lefty, the payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So Lawson rewarded the free bag. He takes his spot over on first with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Tie ball game here at Stony Brook. Out comes Alex Sosa. Sosa 0 for 2 on the day.
Mariners have kind of been playing from behind all night. Just 2-2, so nothing serious when it comes to a deficit, but you got the tie right back. You don't want to give it away now in the home half.
First pitch, hard ground ball to the shortstop. Marsh throws to second, gets 1. The turn to first, also there. Double play for the Mariners, and we end the inning. The Mariners' double play ball continues. Their defense has been sharp as we head into the top of the 7th. Still a tie game here from Brewster, 2-2. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. Basically going the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel light.
New man on the mound for the Brewster Whitecaps. Douglas Bauer relieves Chris Ners, who went 1 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and no strikeouts. Bauer faces off against 9-1-2 in the Mariners order as we head into the top of the 7th alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. Thanks so much for spending your 4th of July with us here on the Mariners Radio Network. Shintaro Inoue, the second baseman, digs in from the left side. Douglas Bauer, the right-hander, stands 6'4", 210 pounds. The junior from Ohio State. His first pitch clips the inner edge for strike 1 off the 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Bauer this summer has made 4 appearances. The 0-1 misses high. A 1.35 ERA, 6 2/3 total innings, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The 1-1, this one's a fly ball down the right field line. It's